Good morning and welcome back to another great episode of Click Brand Snap.
Hello, I am Joni Hough with Mint Hill Photography.
And I'm Amanda Rowe with Amanda Rowe Marketing. We are discussing planning for the new year.
New year!
Woo!
Yay! It's not here yet.
It's not here, but it feels way too close.
This year has gone by so
Oh my gosh, so fast.
fast. I mean, like, best as I can remember, January and February, about 7 months long.
Yeah,
But then it got warm
it
and then
did.
it got hot. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, wow.
This is
And
my
now we're
yeah.
almost at the end of the year.
This is my favorite time of year. I love the fall. I love the cool mornings. And I want it to last a little bit longer, but we're going to blink and Thanksgiving is really going to be here and then Christmas. And if you thought you were prepped for the end of the year going into next year, if you're like me, you're like, oh my God, I'm not ready. Yeah.
I'm sure I'll make a list.
We love lists.
We do love lists. We discussed that in a previous episode.
Yes. Yeah.
We do love a list.
And I think I need one more now than I do in the middle of the year.
Well, because we have so much more going on this time of year.
Yeah, it's not just what do I have to do for cooking Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner? Or the Christmas presents that I have to buy for X, but it's like I have to wind down taxes. I have to wind down the business for the year, get ready for the next year. What am I doing for social media? Like, what am I doing? Am I accomplishing what I want to accomplish? And that's one thing we talk about in this podcast. And we've talked about it before, but reflection, and it's helpful because I want to reflect on what I did this year. Did I do anything? And I'm not even talking about accomplishing goals. Did I do anything that I wanted to do? Did I personal or business? And
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, it now is the perfect time to reflect on your marketing efforts and your business efforts and really focusing on what do I want to do next year? Not only what did I do, but what do I want to do? Was I happy working on what I worked on this year? Or do I want to expand?
That's key. Not just did I reach my goals, but did I enjoy myself?
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah. For me, Amanda Rowe Marketing has the marketing management and the consulting side. And I was telling Joni, I want to focus on the consulting side. So for me, I've got to switch gears. And I'm not trying to switch gears too late in the game this year, but I also want to focus on where's that going to take me next year. And this episode is great. So if you're like me or Joni and you want to go bigger and beyond what you're doing now, this is a great episode because we talk about so much. And Amanda Rowe Marketing has a giveaway at the end of the episode to kind of help you with staying on track and planning. Because if you're like me, being organized and planning is a key to anything.
I'm a planner. I am a planner. Now I can improvise,
Yeah,
but I need to plan so that I'm prepared to improvise.
exactly. Improvising is always good. You want that detailed strategy that is going to be in place, but you need to be able to improvise too. There's going to be an event that pops up. It's like, oh, I need to put this in my strategy. It's okay if I'm doing it at night because I'm here. You've got to be able to improvise in your strategy in your business and be okay with it
Absolutely. Absolutely.
because, life happens.
Life's gonna life.
It is. So Joni, I want to talk about evaluating our past performances. It's that time of year. We review ourselves. We talked last
It's not
week.
scary because
It
you gotta
isn't.
look at what you're doing well,
Yes.
as well as where you can improve. And if
Yes.
you don't look at places to improve,
Amen.
That's a really
Yep.
scary thing to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I was reading a thing and it said, I have this concept or this theory
Okay.
that it is way kinder to tell somebody your crown is crooked than
Hmm.
to let them walk out on a stage with their crown crooked.
Amen. Or lipstick on your teeth.
Exactly, exactly.
You.
But you quietly straighten the crown and you send them on their way.
Hmm.
You don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the other options are, but you
You don't want
don't,
to find out.
right. If a woman has her crown crooked, you
Straighten it.
straighten it
Hmm.
and you send her on her way and you help
Absolutely.
her shine.
Absolutely. We talked about in last week's episode about customer feedback. This is the time of year where employers are reviewing employees and employers are reviewing their business goals, and that's the perfect time to review a lot of their strategy is the feedback that they're getting, and this is the perfect time to really look back. And
I love that about a new year.
mhm,
I
I
love
do.
a new year for the opportunity because
Mhm.
resolutions, we don't come up with them. I mean, some people do. I don't come up with any kind of resolution without first looking back at where I've been,
Yes.
where I am now.
Yeah.
You are here. The map in the mall told you. You are here. You
Yeah.
have to know that before you can figure out where
Yeah.
you want to go.
Exactly. And my next step is setting the SMART goals. Are they achievable? Are they measurable? You don't want to just set a goal and not be able to measure it. Because if you can't measure your goal in business and marketing, how your photography, you're not going to know how it falls. You're not going to,
Otherwise, it's a guess.
it is. And yes, oh, I got, more followers, but ultimately, did I grow my revenue? Did I really hit the audience that I wanted to hit? If I started this new venture, cat's out of the bag, Joni, that you and I would like to do social media done for you.
Yes, that's true.
First, we're working on that. And that is something that we want to work on next year. Well, we can't just say, I want to do marketing done for you without having a target audience and without having measurables to it, because then it's like, did we really do what we wanted to do? Like, what was the ROI? Did it make sense? What is,
ROI, return on investment.
yes, your return on investment on SEO, on marketing, on your photography, it all needs to equal what you want to achieve. So if Joni and I do the social media done for you and we have no idea of how we're measuring our analytics on it, we're not going to know if it was successful. And I think that's the big part. You're not just going to want to watch trends. You're not just going to want to set goals. It has to be measurable. And I think now is the time to analyze how your goals measured up. Not just did you achieve them, but did they measure up?
And did you achieve them? But how did you feel?
Yeah.
How did they make you feel? I think that's really important.
And Joni, I know this is a little close. We're the second weekend in November. You just did a campaign with Go Gen Go on the consulting, and half that went to the Go Gen Go.
Well, half of our session retainers,
Yes.
our session retainers half went to Go Gen Go.
So my case in point to you is reflecting on that goal, and did it measure up to what you wanted it to measure? And is it a goal you'll set again for next year? But if you do set it again for next year, will you revamp your marketing for it? Not just redo the campaign, because I want to do it again. But will it change how you did it this year? Will it change next year? Like, I need to focus on getting the word of mouth out a month ahead, dropping it more so strategically ahead of the beginning date.
Absolutely. And I will be honest, it was not as successful as I had hoped. But I don't think it was ever going to be because I had I set a very high standard on that one because,
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to help as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So there was no amount that was ever gonna be enough.
Yeah. Oh, of
How
course.
However, it fell short of where I had hoped it would be. So, to answer your question, I will be analyzing everything I did
Yeah.
regarding that campaign
Yeah.
because I want to know what can I learn from it.
Yeah. And I think too, that'll help with your marketing strategy next year. Of I started at X date. I need to start it at sooner. Dropping it. And I'm not saying you have to do a full push 2 months, but start do a drip campaign of getting them thinking that October is always breast cancer awareness month. So it's always going to come around every year. But that's one of the things that you can do for 2025 is this didn't measure up how I wanted it to in 2024, and I need to do this. So I think that's a perfect time too, as you're wrapping up the year, really focusing on your start dates for marketing next year. And your content calendar, and we talk about this later on in the show, is so much more than my blog is being published every Wednesday. My newsletter goes out every Thursday. It's so much more than that.
It is so much more.
It is every trade show, every event, every conference that I want to attend that is going on. I may not be able to attend it in person. Is it being held virtual? Can I attend it virtual? I'm going to attend it virtual. I'm going to post it and broadcast it on my channel that I am involved with it virtually. And I think that's a great thing about conferences now is you can't be there in person because either one, travel, or two, you're booked up with clients, but you can still attend it virtually and still get the same amount of information. And I think that's important to load up your marketing calendar with events you want to host, events you want to attend, thank yous for clients. You go ahead and have that built in. Like, I'm going to send them something around Christmas. I need to start buying the Christmas cards this date. I need to send them out this date. Utilize, and that's a giveaway that Amanda Rowe Marketing will have at the end of this episode is a downloadable PDF content calendar that you can use. It's not just reels and posts and stories and blogs.
Here's what it is. It's not random.
It is not random.
It is not random.
Your calendar cannot be random. It has to make sense. It has to be cohesive. So if Joni's hosting a webinar in February, she
I
already
need to
needs
know it 6 months in advance so
You do.
that I know how to
Yes,
prepare for it.
yes. 6 months seems um a little far off, but it's not because you have to book the
6
place.
months is probably too soon to start planning something like that, to be honest.
It depends. Yeah, but because you have to get the location, you have to get the speaker, you have to know what you want to talk about.
You have to, for my
Yeah.
purposes, to do a campaign, I need to plan that at least 6 months in advance because I need to start finding people that I'm going to
Yes.
photograph
Yes.
to be the examples, so to
Yes.
speak.
Yeah. Yeah. If we're
To create the marketing materials so that then 3 months before the event,
Yeah.
I can put it out.
And are the materials that you want to use at your event, are they up to date with what you want to use? Let's say you've got a printout of something you want them to know. It could be upcoming trends in photography that you want your clients to be aware of with branding shoots. And, we're using vague generalizations here, guys, but what do you want to focus on that webinar? Does your marketing materials tie back to that? Does that make sense? Like
That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm struggling to keep up because I wouldn't particularly do a webinar, for example.
Yeah.
As a photographer, that's not
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
but that makes sense for you as in marketing as to
Absolutely,
how
yeah.
you would do that because a webinar would make sense for your marketing.
Because we could talk about the upcoming stuff. And is my logo what I want it to use? Is the topic that I'm using does the material match what I'm doing? So I need to put time into it. Um, you need to start thinking about the places and the dates and the times and who's going to be the speaker and what am I going to talk about and generate buzz. So the content calendar that we give you is so much more than what you're putting out on social media. Um, and here's an important thing that Joni and I will watch for in 2025. Industry trends
Industry trends,
are
industry
im
trends, industry
are important.
trends.
Yep.
Sorry.
Start watching for new and upcoming trends at the end of the year. They start dropping now for what's gonna happen next year. It'll impact your strategies, and never in a bad way, but you wanna make sure that you're keeping up with the strategies and not falling behind. So, Joni and I, excuse me, video content dominance. Video content continues to rise in popularity.
Good to know.
That is good to know. Confession, I didn't usually like being on camera. Here I am. I'm on camera, I'm on video. So if you said you didn't like being on camera, never say never.
Well,
You're on camera. Um,
I'll give you a tip for that. Practice.
yes.
Practice being on camera.
Yeah.
You know, we're all used to Zoom.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, I will be honest, Zoom has cured my RBF. I'm
Yeah,
not
oh,
gonna say what
yeah.
that stands for because we are a
Oh,
G-rated
yeah, we are
podcast.
very G-rated, but yeah, it does.
Yes.
And your attentiveness because
All of a
yeah.
sudden you realize that you're not paying attention because you can see yourself and so can everybody else. So
Yes.
get on the Zoom meetings, keep your camera on for
Mhm.
them.
Show up, be dressed, be in the professional light. We're not saying have the professional imagery. I mean,
Yes, we are.
I will throw on makeup, but not to the level of
That you would for your image. You don't
yeah,
need to be
it's dressed to the nines.
you
I'm
don't have
just
to be
saying,
you don't have to be as ready as you would for your portrait session
yes,
to go on Zoom.
no,
But go on Zoom. But turn your camera on.
yeah,
Get used to it because
yeah,
exposure is going to fix a lot
yes.
of the nerves that
And your
you're that you get.
clients, and it's a great way for you to talk to your clients about what you're offering. You've got a new product coming out in 2025. This is a great time to showcase it. They want to know what's going on behind the scenes. Hey guys, I'm getting ready for a meeting and we're going to be talking about X, Y, and Z. You don't have to give them all the details, but you can give them enough of behind the scenes from you that they're engaged, that they want to know what you're doing, what's next, and it's enough of a hook. Another trend, authenticity and transparency.
I love that. That's huge.
It is. They want more honest messaging. I don't know about you, but I don't lie in my messaging. I don't typically say I can do X if I can't because I'm not crossing lines. I'm not offering something.
That. I
But
don't. I think it's more just being real.
yes, being
Showing
yourself.
up as yourself. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Instead of this Instagram perfect where we
Yeah. Oh,
only show,
yeah.
one itty bitty corner of the room that's
Mm.
been cleaned and
Yeah.
organized and not showing that we had to take for example, the
Mm.
unpacking the grocery videos.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of have a love-hate relationship with those. But like videos of people filling their fridge, they're not showing you that they had to, pull everything out and clean the fridge before they
Oh,
could
yeah.
shoot the video.
Yeah. My fridge is not organized
My
like
fridge
that.
is not looking like that.
No.
I mean,
I try to keep my fridge a little organized, but it never happens. It never happens.
yeah. Anyway, but what I'm saying is what
But
we
yeah,
want is we don't want Instagram perfect. We
mm-mm,
want real.
we
And
do.
that's
Yeah.
REAL, not REEL.
Yes. I mean, I'm in the business of reels, so
So
you can
sometimes we
see
have to clarify.
we do. Yes. Another one, Joni, and this is big. This is something we've talked about consistently. Um, photography and visual storytelling. That's another big trend. High quality visuals will remain essential in marketing, but The focus will shift towards authentic imagery that resonates with audiences. In 2025, brands will benefit from incorporating user generated content, lifestyle photography, and diverse representation in their visual storytelling. This trend will foster genuine connections with consumers and enhance brand uh, reliability. Relatability. Sorry, I can't read. I haven't had enough coffee. It's early in the morning. Um, but it goes back to what we said a couple of weeks ago with choosing the right images for your brand and using the high professional images. And
Absolutely.
it matters in your storytelling. Amanda Rowe Marketing wrote a blog in October about your brand legacy. And it all goes back to being authentic.
Well,
And your brand will be your legacy. And how you resonate is so important.
it really is how you show up.
Yes.
And the fact that you need to show up consistently.
Mhm. You need to have it, and that's the importance of that's the other importance of the calendar that I'm offering, Joni, is consistency. Because what you don't wanna do is sporadically do something and expect somebody to remember your business or remember you when it's coming time for your business to help them.
I am going to say this. This might be controversial. It won't be.
Okay.
Perfection
Okay.
is the enemy
Yeah.
because if you are waiting for everything to be perfect,
Mm,
you're not showing up consistently
mm-mm.
because you can't be perfect consistently.
Yeah. And you're waiting for it to look perfect before you hit the go button.
Now, what we will do is show up
Mhm.
with confidence.
Yes. Confidently showing and putting your uh, products and yourself and your business out there is more authentic and more reliable than perfection, in my opinion, because you're seeing it come from me.
Yes.
You're seeing everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to, but you're getting
But
your,
that's that authenticity I think
yeah,
that we're looking for
I
this
think
year.
so. Yeah.
Is we're not looking for perfection. We're
No,
looking for you to consistently show up. And
yeah.
that doesn't mean 3 times a day every day.
No, you don't. And I mean,
It doesn't have to be at a frequency that is unsustainable.
yeah. And I mean, Amanda Rowe Marketing and Mint Hill, we're posting a lot, but it's not our stuff. We're posting for our business, but we're also posting the podcast. So if you look at our calendars, we're posting like 5 or 6 times a week, but we're also getting multiple information out. So if you have a design business or if you have a hair salon, posting 2 to 3 times a week is fine. And if you're getting a lot of referrals, just you don't have to be as stringent, but you can be conservative and still keep your name out there. As long as when it comes down to it, somebody remembers you and they know you can help them when the time comes. And another piece that goes along with that is creating a well structured marketing plan. Now is the time to look back at not only the goals you set, but what did my calendar look like last year?
Oh, that's
Was
good.
was it structured or was I all over the place? Was I consistent? If I wasn't, now's the time for me to be intentional about what I'm posting, how often I'm posting. And it can be a story, it can be a post. It doesn't have to be a story and a post. I just happen to do a teaser of the post as a story. You see the story, and then when you see the post, you see it all come together. But you can play around with your strategy, but it's structured. And I think that's the key part is and you want to establish a timeline for your marketing plan. Like you said, for Go Gen Go next year, you already have a timeline in your head. And if we decide to do like a lunch and learn for our social media done for you, we already know we need to start 3 months in advance because we need to get ideas and topics so that you're not at that event scrambling.
Absolutely. That is key.
That is
That is
key.
key.
Abs-
Consistency is key.
It is.
I think that's the title of this episode and the key takeaway.
Yes, consistency. Love it. Love it. All right. Joni, do we have anything else? Because we already know that Amanda Rowe Marketing has a downloadable PDF
And
marketing
it is
calendar.
fabulous. I've taken a peek. You definitely need this.
All right. So we're going to do another shameless plug. If you watched last week's episode on customer feedback, like, review, share us. It's how we know we're doing the right things, how you guys love what we're talking about. Please, if there's a topic that you are interested in hearing from us,
Slide into those DMs and let us know.
absolutely.
Okay, Joni's not going to sing again because that's going to definitely drive them away.
Okay. That'll be a goal she won't hit next year is singing. Yeah.
True story.
So if we side note, but if we have goals to hit for 2025, is there a don't do list for 2025?
I think there probably is.
I think there may be one. All right, guys. Another great episode of Click Brand Snap. We look forward to seeing you guys next week with some more exciting information as we're winding down the year. We're really wanting to talk about some important topics and just wrapping it up into the new year, getting you ready for an exciting 2025. So,
Absolutely.
all right. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.